Hey all, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing good today. I've really been looking forward to this one. We're not gonna rush here, we're just gonna do things in the right way. You know how it goes with these kind of builds, measure twice and range once. Little things make a big difference while we're working on this on our hobby, on our new builds. What do we have today? It's already partially built. We have a new chassis from Team ReVolt, and it's something completely different from the Tsunami one. This one does not have a name yet. Its code name is René for the moment. We are calling it René. Now, as it sits here, we already went through a few iterations. Some on paper, some already printed. They look a little bit alike, but we changed already a lot on the geometry, on the hole position. That one also came with a skid, but yeah, that doesn't work for this one. We work with the Creeper T with the forward motor mount. That's actually the base transmission we are working with. But yeah, we drop the forward motor mount that comes with it and we build our own, and for that one we are on iteration 5. That's in there, and I think we finally got there. These are still 3D printed ones, but they will change to carbon fiber. Once we send it to the cutter, then the motor mount will be in a carbon fiber. But for now I'm really happy where we landed by now. Got a good position on the transmission. The forward motor mount works good. We have our we wanted to work with a Rhino, and we choose the S12, the 1470 kV, because this one is going to be a straight axle build. The main idea is to keep the CG from the build as low as possible, as forward as possible, with the motor all the way forward to the front. And then we can do that, the CG as low as possible, by using straight axles. We are going for the SCX10 Pro, 10 Pro axles from Axial. Well, Axial, this one, but not from Axial. Some parts are sourced from Axial, other parts are sourced from AliExpress. These axles cannot be bought unless they are on a vehicle or in a kit. So we sourced all the parts and we are going to build the axles itself. That's what we will do in this episode. We will build our front and our rear axle for this specific crawler build. So the base is clear. First things first, let's take a look at what we're working with. Before we dive into the actual work, I want to walk you through all the parts we are going to use for this axle build, and I will tell you where I sourced each specific thing. One more thing, you cannot buy this axle, I mentioned that before, but there is of course the manual from there is a kit from the SCX10 Pro which you can buy from Axial, and that kit comes with the axles. So if you open the manual from that one, I think where do we start? At page 8 is where we start. So I have it open on the laptop here on the right side, so I know what I need and where to go. What do we start with on page 8? This is sourced from Axial, the pumpkins where the ring and pinion gear go in. What else? We do have axle tube link mount set, also sourced from Axial directly. One is for the front axle, one is for the rear axle. These are parts for front and rear axle. If we continue with the front axle, these are the tubes for the front axle. As you can see, there is a long one and a short one because it's an offset pumpkin. We have the C-hubs sourced from AliExpress. We have the steer knuckles. These are all brass parts. These are plastic parts. Now on the pumpkin there's at the moment a plastic cover. I ordered 2 brass covers. I don't know if this rig will need the weight or not, but just in case we ordered them. Front axle, rear axle, the outside of the axles in brass, axle tubes in brass, and then of course there are our drive shafts, front and rear. What else do we need? There is a set of SX10 Pro bearings I found somewhere on AliExpress, and apparently this build requires some specific set screws. I believe it's M3, but I believe it's 5mm, so that's also something we need. Is there something missing? Yes, there is ring and pinion gear missing. I think as most of us, when we work with AR44 axles, these 30/8 for the pinion and 30 for the ring gear. Tooth count, these we take them out of axles and we drop other ones in them, so you gather a lot of those. I think I'm just gonna drop in a 30 in the front and in the rear, because the Creeper T box already comes with, I believe, around 30% overdrive. If I want to slow things down, we can always throw a 33 in the front, which makes the front slower, but also reduces the underdrive from over 30 to around 20%. So yeah, all the pieces are here, and I think I'm going to follow the manual and start with the front axle. I think we have everything for the front axle on the bench. Now I have a few remarks already. The bearings first. There's different bearings in the kit. We have some large ones, some beefy ones, we have open ones, they probably will go in the pumpkin, and we have then the very common size, which is the 11 by 5 and 4mm wide. So that's about the bearings. These are the pieces gathered from Axial. There's not a single screw in the bags from Axial. All the other parts, as you can see, from AliExpress resourced, but probably will be the same on Amazon. They all come with screws, except this one. But I knew I had to resource my set screws M3 by 5mm. Now for the pumpkin, that's the issue actually. They require a very specific size in screw, which is a M2.5 and 18mm long, which of course we all have a whole bunch of. Not. And then this is the brass pumpkin cover from AliExpress. Guess what's in the bag? Yeah, of course, the screws that actually should have been, I think they should have been in there. Let me just quick measure them up. This is, yes indeed, an M2.5, and the length will be, that's a 7, that's more like a 16, but yeah, we will see. That'll probably be enough. That will probably be long enough. So yeah, we will work with this then instead of since Axial doesn't deliver them. Let me see. Yeah, there's enough meat in here to grab on this one. There could be another 2mm. Maybe I just at once assemble them with well, actually there is more than enough meat, because as you can see there's a little recess down there. I don't know how well the camera picks that up. There's a little recess, so yeah, that will be probably be more like 5mm that it can grab, and that should be enough. That's just a shame Axial doesn't deliver these parts, these screws. I don't know what it costs, but okay. So that was a quick in between, because I will now start following the manual with the what is it? Yeah, we built a front pumpkin first. So let's start doing that. front pumpkin is built together, and it actually feels really good. We had to use a 0.5 millimeter shim. Had different sizes lying over here, to 0.2, 0.3 and a 0.5 millimeter shim, but now there's no play and it feels really smooth. So you did see the open bearings, we did them with red and tacky, and then of course liquid moly for the gears on the ring and pinion, the tooths on the ring and the teeth on the ring and pinion itself. We put the bolts in with the machine, but we tighten them by hand. Very important to not fully drill them with the machine. So one front pumpkin done, up to the next step. When doing things, we learn things. I just realized I mounted the rear pumpkin up, because there's a difference between the rear and the front pumpkin. These are actually the upper links from the rear upper links from the vehicle. So yeah, we're definitely done with the rear pumpkin, which will speed up things later. But for now, we will then start again on the front one. Yeah, that's a little different. And we are working AMS, axle mounted steering. So these holes are used for the brackets for the behind the axle servo, and these are from for the links and shocks. So yeah, let's just do this one more time. Well, we needed to do that anyway, but yeah, if you start a project like this, there's a difference between the rear and the front pumpkin. Okay, lesson learned. Okay, we are at the next page of the manual. We have the correct gearbox in our hands now. We need one of these. That's a number 1, and the manual says a number 1. We have this brass piece, it just goes in like this, and then yeah, there's a slot with a flat spot on it, so you can't really go wrong. Now this is I don't know if the original plastic parts go smoother, but this is a little bit of, this requires a little bit of pressure, but then it slides just in, and it already feels really nice. What does it say? There's definitely 4 set screws that go in. They don't require any thread lock according to this one, so let's just give that a try. That will be a smaller one. Let's just see how this one works. Yeah, it seems to fit according to the manual. Just keep them flat with the outside, something like that, because otherwise they will be in the axle, and that's gonna hinder the drive shaft. One more. Where is the next one? The next one is over here. Let's see. It should not be in here. I can watch through it. So I think we did well. No, there's a little guy on the other side. Yeah, same thing, flat spot. You can't really go wrong. This one also requires some force, but then it slides right in, and that's the same thing with the set screws. So let's do that. One over here. Perfect. And one more on top, which is this one. Okay, they are really nice. Tiny bit more. I have more control by hand than. Okay, so we have this ones, and then we have an M5, but I'm not sure where I do have to. Is it all the way on the outside? Yeah, probably. It's probably this hole. Also the M5, no thread lock. Okay, let's just do that. Now of course this is a 2mm one, and as I see this, they should have to line up, so I think it's going to be this hole. Where is the hole? Watch. So this one over here. I don't know what the other holes are for. Well, it fits. Let's tighten that one by hand as well. And this, yeah, like this. That's the front axle. Let's see what's on the next page. We did one part of the axle. As you can see, the left side, well, the driver's side, the left side is already assembled. We have the C-hub on here, and as you can see on this part there is an L, and on this part there is an R. So yeah, it's definitely a left and a left and a right. I have just a body clip in here, a small body clip, to prevent the bearing from falling out. But as far as I can see, this is a really nice axle. It's heavy. It's feeling good in your hands. So we will put them on the scales once he's fully built. I'm still not sure about this ring and pinion. Maybe it needs to be turned in. It's more like a coffee grinder at the moment. Anyway, we will assemble the right side part of this one. Now we have the bearings ready. All the stuff is really nice machined. Actually, everything fits in here really snug. Yeah, it's actually really good. I'm surprised. The drive shaft goes in, a bearing on this side, and that's where we use the body clip trick, so we don't lose that bearing all the time, so that can't fall out anymore. This is going a little bit, also not so. Yeah, something is, it'll come loose. This one is okay. This one is a bit that doesn't move so easily, but that'll come by time, I think. So this one is in here. Then it's time to put the C-hub on the steer knuckle, and we want to do it in the correct way. So is this, well, it's actually upside down. I want to do it like this. And you can see the kingpin angle is not straight, but in a hook. I don't know how many degrees. It's always much and many, but in this case I think we need many, because I can count the degrees. The manual says nothing about thread lock, but yeah, I want to do thread lock on these ones so we don't lose them while driving. We are using the 2022, which is good for small fasteners. Now I'm not going to do it on the threads. I'm going to do it inside the C-hub. Just going to do a little bit in here, because I do not want it to touch anything else. This is turning parts. They should be able to turn also when the thread lock is dried out. So just a tiny bit. If there was ever the need to untighten it, yeah, you should be possible. Okay, clean it up so nothing stays on there. Then let me see, this is the front. Should be like, no, yeah, am I doing it right? This is the stop, this is the kingpin angle. Yes, it's okay. Now we do these screws in here, and you don't want to over tighten these ones, just put them in. It's a different style than the ones that come in the manual, with a separate brass part on here. but I think that works really nice. So just everything moves freely. Okay, that's perfect. Now we can add this last piece to the axle. Just find the correct angle for the shaft so it slides in. Okay, perfect. Everything clicks really nice together. For these ones, it's a screw on top and a screw on the bottom. There's also not supposed to be thread lock according to the manual, but yeah, I'm going to do in this case I can do it straight on the threads. There's no moving parts here. Just put it in. Perfect. Tighten, and one on the bottom, and then the front axle is actually already done. Okay, I have some screws left over, but yeah, man, that feels like a really strong axle. Let's see. These batteries might be not so bright anymore. That's the on-off button. We have 0. Let's put this on here. 317 grams. 317 grams. Wait a second. What is this? Well, I thought I knew that number. 316, 317, which means that the complete chassis with the gearbox, the motor mount and the engine weighs exactly the same as this front axle. Yeah, now we have 315, 316. They are both 316. So the axle weighs exactly the same as this. And yeah, okay, that's what it is then. I'm really happy. Offset 10 Pro axle. Need to gather more bits for this one, steer link, other parts, but feels really good, feels really nice. So step 1 of this build is done. We have our front axle. While we're at it, we might just as well do the rear axle. Here goes the screw. Yeah, change the again. Axle like this, and I'm supposed to metal. See, yeah, right. Probably not exactly how I like this. But actually, not exactly metal. Right over here. You can actually see a little bit. Just in the screw. See it again. Yeah, now easy. Now okay, that's one down. Next one. Let's focus. This one first. That was easier. Great. Great. That's nice. That's nice step. On the next page, put the right shots in. It's no shots. Here we go. 3 shots. There's a ring. There's a ring on this side. We're going to use the grass box. And this one's just should fit in here. This is. I think that needs to be on this side. Or is it? This? No. And check again. These are not the correct matchups. Something's wrong. The other ones. This one is in. Right there. Ring. This one is in. Okay, and this. That's okay. So put the screw on there. But we're going to use the thread again. So this is lower. Something on the other side. So we'll have this. Okay, that one. You see, that's this. I'll change. Yeah, I'll use the rest as well. I'm also going to the ones. So we're going to use. Now we're going to use the metal ones. So the last see. And now I need to find out why this one doesn't fit in here. Just doesn't want to go in far enough. Why is that? What's wrong with it? That's not enough. Why is that? Let's untighten all the screws and see if anything is this is not the problem. And then there is, of course, where's the red driver? There's of course these ones. Are these too deep in? Let me check. Yeah, now it fits in. So that was the problem. One of these was already too deep. I don't know which one it was. Now there's no problem. So that's really a really tight fit. One of the screws too deep. That's gonna be like a few tenths. Okay, bearing on there before I forget. And this, we don't need any of the clips over here because it's still not a perfect fit. What's the problem now? Am I doing something wrong? Just doesn't slide on. Oh, there's some, yeah, something in here. As you can see, there's a little bit over there. Something is in here. It's a metal part, so I will need to clean that up. That's the first part. That's not 100% perfect, so I will clean it up and then we'll, oh, that's not, I think it's already gone. Let me check. Yeah, fits perfect now. Okay, let's just quickly finish the axle. Now we can also put it on the scale, the black one on top, put it on the list of ordering stuff. Man, this one goes really smooth. This one goes really smooth. It's a coffee grinder on the front. I will need to take care of that. Okay, that's perfect. We are on page 12 of the manual. I only needed to follow this one for the axle. This is the forward motion, so yeah, this one is so smooth. This one is really smooth. Okay, let's just quickly put it on the scale and see how much we have on the rear axle. Here we go. 0, 193. So the front was 217. That of course has a little bit more weight. 217, or was it 317? Wait, 317. Yeah, 315, 316, 317, and this is 193. Okay, so that's yeah, these parts are of course very heavy, and together, let's put them on there together. We have unsprung weight in the axles 509 grams, almost 510 grams. Yeah, my first set of 10 Pro axles, and they feel really good, except for this coffee grinder. We will see what we do with that. Might just switch them out real quick, but then driving forward, it's actually not bad. It's the reverse motion that's bad. So yeah, we will put them on the vehicle and see where we end up. Okay, 510 gram of unsprung weight on the axles, which is nice. Axles feel actually really good. So I think we are going to close this episode of the codename Rene build over here. We have a part of the chassis, the gearbox, the forward motor mount, the Rhino, the S12. We have our 10 Pro axles, so the next thing we'll put it in the jig, in this part, this piece, and see what we need link-wise. I don't think it will be extremely skid forward, but it will be skid forward. So yeah, that's for the next episode. That's for the next episode. We will close this one over here. I hope I can have got your interest to come back and see how this build evolves. So hope to see you all on the next one. Bye.